wash at all.
That's the butcher's thing. What are you saying, butcher?
No butcher, man.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Wrestling Guy podcast. I'm here with my beautiful co-host crew right here.
Where's the camera?
There's no camera. I blocked you.
Oh, man, see?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I'm sorry.
Where's your Spidey
Did you
sense?
call him beautiful?
I called him beautiful.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Beautiful. Finally. You showered today, huh?
It was actually yesterday.
Or did you go in a hot tub?
No,
Oh.
Why you guys gotta bring
You
up the
joined
hot tub? Why you guys?
I'm wondering
I
if
don't
you
have all
joined
the
someone
Ajax in the world to wash myself. I'm not.
Hey,
When they're dirtier.
real quick before we introduce our guest, what's up with all this heat you've got on you lately? Why are you talking crap to all these
Nah, that's
workers?
them. All the SoCal guys are talking shit about each other, so I just asked, well, who are the three worst workers you don't want to see? And everybody gave their 2 cents about it.
Who was the three?
No, everybody brought up like each other. They just started ribbing each other.
Oh.
But, like for me, it would be like Andre, Mr. California,
He said 2 cents.
that guy Ruben Iglesias. God,
This guy trying to start stuff. He tried to start beef with us and Deshaun 2 cents.
Why you always try to start stuff?
He said 2 cents.
Uh,
And he brought up hot tub.
If I wanna-
What am I supposed to do?
If I want to diss Deshaun 2 cents, I'm like, yeah, Deshaun 2 cent brain.
hey, I made him drink Bacardi,
What?
Fireball. Made him drink beer.
Fireball.
We had game night last week, and we made him drink.
Should we do that?
What?
I lived a straight edge lifestyle. So we have a big show
Yeah.
this weekend.
This weekend,
We have PCW
PCW
and
coming on this
Torrance. Any match you're looking forward to?
Jeff Cobb did it great.
week. Oh yeah, Jeff Cobb just got added in.
That's like a,
See, there goes your boner again.
Oh.
That's like a no-brainer.
Okay, I'm calling it this weekend. Cobb.
When and where?
In Torrance, California this Saturday, which I could drive like 10 minutes on the streets.
Well,
You see, PCW. What I love about PCW, I'm not no disrespect to AWS, IWL, but damn, every fucking bunch gotta use the freeway. PCW just right there, Torrance, California, just right there. So I'm like, yes, I could go
No,
on the streets.
it's actually the show I was looking forward to. I remember the first time we tried to go, we went right after Lucha, and we totally missed it. We just saw the last 2 matches.
Yeah.
So this time around, we were at Lucha, and I left halfway just to not
Yeah.
miss PCW, because I was like, it's a great show.
Now this Saturday, there's no Lucha Underground, so
Right.
everybody can show up there. And hey, the attendance is not bad. It's huge.
Hey, they were pretty shady this today on the way they announced the tickets. They didn't send anybody emails.
Oh yeah.
And usually they send
Lucha?
it. Yeah,
Lucha,
usually
yeah.
they send it like at 9, and they did 9:15 this time.
Well, the reason is because I think they want new faces in the crowd. So
I wouldn't go to
they're
that.
tired of seeing you.
I'm not going to that shit anymore.
Well, I can say this. I mean, I want to thank El Compa for hitting me up, letting me know that tickets are out there. And,
Yeah.
and I emailed them, so yeah, they still let me know by next
Yeah,
week. Pretty
he-
much I'm in.
He told me, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go. I'd rather go to Hood Slam. Screw
So real quick, who's Jeff Cobb wrestling this weekend?
JR Kratos.
Again.
Again. See, he was so pissed because
Yeah, I remember I was there.
and he
Yeah.
was just dogging me.
Are you gonna heckle him again?
A little bit less. I'm not gonna go so hammered, because I was really hammered that day.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? In order to get this PCW card out here and find out more about it, I think we should just
yeah.
bring the man himself
We
out.
gotta bring the man himself. I think hopefully he's ready, but let's bring the man himself. We all.
Wait, did anybody share this? Is anybody watching?
I hope everybody's
Oh,
watching.
don't worry. We're good. Go
We're
ahead.
good. Yeah, we're good. Come on.
Ed, you share it. Everybody wants to see if you're drunk or not. So maybe that our numbers go
Okay.
up.
Later.
Let me introduce our guest coming up right now. But he's going to have throwing out the show this Saturday in Torrance, California. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mikey Freeman. Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Yeah.
Roy, you got to come in a bit more.
Roy,
You're out in the
here.
cold there, brother.
How you doing?
No butcher today.
How's it
See
going?
it.
Come to Papa.
See it, Roy.
I finally got rid of. I
Thanks, sir.
gave him a cease and desist letter.
Come on, buddy.
You're next.
Spider-Man.
I heard the viewers are
Yeah.
saying, who's that guy mumbling over in the
Yeah.
background? You gotta come hither, as they say in England. You know? Lovely store, David. Love it, mate.
Thank you. Thank
Fantastic.
you very much.
Yeah, I was following. I saw that you were some of the PCW fans were here for the Rey Mysterio
Yes.
signing. That was crazy, was it?
Yes.
Lines out the door.
Over.
How long was he here for?
He was here 4 hours.
Wow.
4 hours. Over 350 people. So he got everybody.
And then you had Sabu as well.
Yeah. Sabu
I got a lot of history with him.
wasn't as close.
Good history.
Oh, okay. That's
How
good.
was it? Was there quite a few people for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're so modest.
Not as. Let's just
Suing the fame?
almost as
Yeah,
as
I've
well
been following
as
that as well. Who's coming up next then?
we don't know yet.
Uh,
We're taking a little break now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're giving it all to the local wrestlings to get all their guys.
Yeah.
To give us a break.
That's fantastic. I thought it was awesome. You know, it's the first ever actual wrestling store I've ever
Really?
heard of. Yeah, I didn't know one in England, and I'm not sure there might be one back east. I think there was a guy called Jack Sabbath I used to promote in Philly, and he had a store wrestling. But that's the only other one I know. So there's only two that I know of.
Yeah. I think there's one in New York. I think.
Yeah, it's the Jack Sabbath guy.
Yeah,
He used to
I
run
think-
a company out there
Yeah.
as well. Sabbath the Stiffer. This is a whole different. This is a whole different topic. Anyone who knows East Coast wrestling will know who that
Oh,
is. Yeah.
we got Ed the drunk.
Yeah, hey Ed.
Today he's Ed the sober.
See
I'm
you,
sober.
brother.
I'm sober right now.
I recognise it. I see him. The only time I see him where he's not, shithouse is when he's on Lucha Underground.
Oh no, I am shit.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Well, they must edit it really
He
good
got
then.
banned.
I got banned from VIP.
Do you know? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's funny because I watch it and it's when you watch that you see all the different fans that you recognise from the shows. You know, like
Yeah.
that's half the reason I watch it now. I'm like picking out, it's Hot Tub Dude. Check it out. I was watching him on this. He's going like in front of I don't know. It was on the last show that I watched. Maybe I'm a bit behind, but yeah, it's
Well, I
interesting.
watched the last show and I saw him just jump up screaming and had the camera right on him.
Yeah,
Well, they always
Yeah.
put the camera on me.
they love you.
But they don't love me.
They try to convince you to stay.
Is that close to here, Boyle Heights?
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
okay.
10-15 minutes
You can
away.
take the streets over here.
Yeah.
They're doing a show on the 11th, aren't they? Or
Yeah,
something?
right.
And then after that, they're done until the new year.
Well, they have 11th and 12th, and then they have
25th.
Ultima Lucha weekend.
Oh, okay.
I'm not allowed to say
We
what
would
weekend.
put
but-
on-
25, 26, because all the wrestlers already posted.
No spoilers, okay? Remember that.
They posted.
Yeah, unless you get the boot.
Yeah, you saw what happened to MVP. Thanks.
That's right.
Now I'm gonna be banned.
Oh.
That was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because he
Hey,
was
I
like
love
super
MVP.
pumped.
He's a cool
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, why isn't he on the card this time? At
Well,
PCW?
he's not booked, but I would expect to see him back
Okay.
in the near future. Because it's that thing where if you keep using the same guys, if you're not going to miss them if you see it. You see him all the time, aren't you?
Wow.
So when they come back, they'll have an impact. He's got unfinished business with the Almighty Sheep.
Oh,
Yeah.
He'll be
does.
back. Don't worry.
Okay. 'Cause
We've got to mix and match it a wee bit.
I want to get to the show this weekend. I'll let everybody know where is this located. I know it's in Torrance.
Torrance,
California,
yeah.
But what's the name of the venue?
Oak Street Gym.
Oak Street.
Yeah, it's the major streets. I want to say
Crenshaw.
it's Carson and
Near Crenshaw.
Crenshaw, isn't
Yeah,
it?
near
that's
Crenshaw,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I live
Yeah.
right by there. I know.
Is there a
Yeah.
park right
Yeah,
there?
there's a big park.
Yeah, it's
Park,
Wilson
right?
Park. Yeah.
Wilson Park,
Wilson Park.
Yeah. The only thing in this venue is parking's a bit of a pain in the
Yeah.
ass. That's the
Oh,
problem.
as you go to the other side, there's like.
We got the
park.
parking lot there. We have the guys that we get, but it's just I don't know. It's kind of off the beaten path a wee bit,
Well, you know what? At the park, it's not bad. It's just that we have to get out of there by 10 o'clock.
Yeah, well, there's
That's about
there's
it.
another business there. There's like it's like a little kiddies. I don't know what it is.
Like
It's
almost
where
like a
kids
daycare
go
thing,
nuts there,
yeah.
yeah, and they do parties and they're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
going
yeah.
nuts. It's like a jungle gym, whatever they call it. So there's a kind of a little bit of an issue with that. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's good for what it is. The only other downside of it is that we can't sell booze,
Wow.
which is
Oh,
probably a
that's
good
cool.
thing.
That's a good
That's okay.
thing.
That's how you pregame.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
That's what he did.
So-
I was there. I saw that.
You're not allowed to go with him, Roy. You
We
might
looked
get
at other venues. We looked at one in Santa Ana, but it holds about the same amount of people, and it's it's got bars and everything. But it would be really tricky, like putting a ring in there to
That's
make
one
it
thing.
financially viable.
That's one
would be
thing
an
I like
issue.
about that venue. The way you guys set it up. I mean, it looks really.
Well,
good.
we went there. We went to see a show, Unity Pro Wrestling, and they only used half of the building. Well, they only had 70 people there, and they used half of it. It was all sort of draped off. When you go in there and it's empty, you're like, wow, it's huge.
That's
But then when you put 500 chairs in there in a ring, you're suddenly finding
Yeah, I
problems
was
with
like,
space.
whoa.
So like we couldn't. That wasn't even. We only put like 400 chairs out, or just over that, because that's what we have. We've allocated for 500 chairs, but when you fill that place up, it's even 500 people. It's not a massive amount of people. That place is heaving.
Yeah.
How many people go to that PWG show?
Oh, like 500.
And that's smaller, isn't it?
It's small
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Yeah, I
very
wish
small.
we could get a bigger place, but they don't.
No, I know, because I went there and I was like, oh my god, I was.
I'll
just
tell you this right now.
standing against the wall for
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah. But I can tell you this though, if they ever want to move to a bigger venue, I think they get more people.
I feel so. I said
Yeah.
that. I said that on another podcast the other night. I don't understand why they've not taken the plunge. But then again,
Yeah.
they're spending a lot of money on tickets for flying people.
More money,
So they're
yeah.
bringing like Zack Sabre
Well,
Jr. and all these
well,
people.
I'm
on
not
these
sure, but
shows.
I heard
See, high spots.
High Spots is
Yeah,
the
they-
one paid for the talent.
They,
Oh,
they
really?
bill
Yeah.
the wrestlers, and PWG takes care of the venue, and they get basically hooked up with that man.
Huh.
So
Yeah.
just making cash.
They must be stuffing their money in the pockets. Being smart.
I mean, how do I know this? I just know.
Well, when I get my pockets out, all this dust and butterflies and lint come rolling out,
Yeah.
Rolling around in the minivan, Maybe Excalibur, whoever they're rolling around in Porsche.
Excalibur, yeah.
Whoever. Who's the other guy that does? Is it Excalibur? Super Dragon.
It's
Is that the two
Dragon,
guys?
Dragon.
Yeah, Super Dragon.
Yeah, I had a good time. That's where with PCW. That's where we looked at each other during the Ricochet Matt Seidel match a couple of years ago, and then we said, do you think we could do something like this?
Well, you turned out pretty good because you have a good amount of people showing up. I went to the first few
You know,
shows. I'm like,
yeah.
whoa! Even after Lucha Underground,
Yeah.
which I thought like, damn.
Well,
That's
this one
scary.
we got up against the UFC on Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I don't even know. I don't know who's in the card in that.
Oh, well, it's actually, the main event is one of my good friends, Mike Bisping's fighting for the world title. So he took the fight on 2 weeks' notice,
Yeah.
and he was going to come down to the show. He sent me a message, and he's like, "I'm going to come down and check out your wrestling show." And the kids like, "Come on down."
Yeah.
And then, I can't make the show. I'm fighting the Forum in Inglewood against Rockhold for the UFC title. And I'm like, oh man.
Oh, that's a
But I wasn't
show
gutted about
yeah.
him not being able to come because he'll come to a show down the line. I was gutted because he's a good friend of mine, and this is his first world title shot. It's in LA. He lives in out towards Yorba Linda, and I could have been there, man,
Right.
sipping beers in with the sweet seats, watching my buddy possibly win the world title. Instead, I'll be not drinking beer, stacking up a load of plastic chairs until 2 o'clock in the morning, cleaning up piss, beer, food. And God knows what else will be left on the floor
Exactly.
at 2 o'clock in
Probably
the morning.
Ed.
I might drink before the show, not after.
Pre-game,
During.
You might have Ed and
I
Roy
just-
laying on the
I
floor.
just want to
right
say
there.
to all the people that plan to go to the show on Saturday, just be careful when you drink because the police out there in Torrance are not friendly. I had experience with those guys before.
And if you guys don't like to hear the word cob, you're gonna hear it a lot. So
yeah, you're gonna hear
just
the word.
warning you.
But just show up anyways. Just go to the damn show.
I never see any police out there.
Well, yeah, I got history with the police out there. Trust me.
Really?
Isn't that the one
Look
that
at
come
him,
out
he
in
looks
the
like a
movie?
hoodlum.
Is it a profile in there? I know I live in Hermosa Beach, and I got a mate who's I swear I first learnt the term DWB, driving whilst black. He lives down there, and he's got like a really sweet job. He works for one of these alcohol sales companies, but really high end stuff like whiskies and that. And he has all this liquor in his vehicle, and he lives in Manhattan Beach. And every time he drives through, because I see a black bloke, he seems to get pulled up a lot. And it's late at night, and he's got a load of liquor in the car. And he says he can't touch a drop of drink because not even like a little nip.
Really?
Yeah, because he gets pulled up when he's in the South Bay.
Yeah.
Is that the same in Torrance? Is it like
Yeah,
I see
DWL,
more like
driving
a
while
racial
Latino.
thing.
we got DWM here driving whilst Mexican?
we got a
Not Mexican, yeah.
Check his
Mexican Marty
credentials.
Scroll right here. Yeah.
At the time I was bald, so maybe
Maybe.
a little different.
It could be
now.
worse. I got pulled over by Southgate PD, and they asked me if I had grenades in my car.
Southgate PD your assholes.
You know what's funny with me?
Well, they asked me if I had
Edwards.
grenades.
I've been drunk in the street and they've taken me home.
Oh!
So I mean,
I wish I could get that service.
they really dropped me off in front of my house.
They're like, you know what? We're tired of seeing you. Just go
My
home.
missus, right, she's Japanese, but she used to live out this way, and she just said to me, she goes, "Oh, where are you going?" I said, "Huntington Park." I'm like, she goes, "Oh," she looks at me, and gave me like, "Ooh." I'm like, "Oh, what's that face for?" And she's like, "Oh, rough area, gets dark." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I'm white. Who the fuck is going to mess with me? No one's going to come near me in any rough areas." Oh, God, what's that crazy white man doing here?
Probably
In fact, the only white bloke I saw here, I was just driving down, what's that main street I was coming down? Gage.
Gage,
Yeah. So everyone, so it's all Hispanic people, and then the odd token black man. But then there was a white dude on a skateboard. The dirtiest, scruffiest, scummiest looking piece of shit I saw was a white guy on a skateboard. He looked like he'd been like dragged in and out of a crack pipe. And, he was rolling. He looked like crap, and I just made a mental note. I said, "Oh, look at that! The only piece of dirt here is the white bloke. It's like scum." It was like he looked like terrible on his skateboard. Like, so there you go.
All right.
My friend says Torrance cops are the worst. Totally territorial.
Told
My
you.
friend was busted in Manhattan Beach because he was black with a white wife.
Hey, might be the same person we know. His name's not Marvin, is it?
Telling you
Let me
people.
know if it's Marvin.
I'm telling you people.
Marvelous Marv.
If you're gonna go to the show Saturday, just be careful, all right?
Roy, you better be careful. No, you look white. You look white, so you're okay. You can pass
Yeah.
Well, my last name's Reeves. So.
Before we,
Reeves. Oh, the silverback.
Before we move on and talk about the card, I just want to say, hope Ruby Reyes is watching because we're sponsored by Diet Coke.
Oh, Diet
Remember
Coke.
that time we had her on?
we brought
Diet Coke.
her. Diet Coke. Now, I have a question. Speaking of Ruby Reyes, and I see you get asked this all the time. Well, at least I think on Facebook.
Women's wrestling?
Yes.
Thanks
Why
for
don't you
asking
have
my damn
women?
question.
Yeah, I was asking the
Wrestling.
same
We,
thing too.
I want to throw it out right
No,
out there.
we've been working on it. We have been working on it. I can't let too much out, but we've definitely been on.
Yeah.
We'll do something about it. The thing is that I keep telling everyone that we got 6 matches, and then we just introduced a 7th, but we're trying to keep. The one thing about when we went to, and this is not disparaging PWG, but some other shows that I've been to locally, 4 hours,
Yeah.
1 in the morning. I mean, when I went to that PWG show, I didn't even see the main event, which was Trevor Lee. It was out in Reseda, man. I got an Uber from Hermosa, and I'm hungry. I can't get near the beer. It's getting late. I'm not going to be able to get to a bar afterwards, and we've got to get back down to the South Bay. I can't do 4 hours, So anyway, get back to the original point. 6 matches, and now a 7th for the bonus match that we're trying to put in. But yeah, there will be women's wrestling. But we've got some good stuff in the pipeline. But we're trying to keep it. See, the other thing is that if you notice, I mean, this is what I notice anyway, more to the point. There's a lot of the same people going around doing the same shows.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to sort of bring a little bit of a difference out, without trying to, be too more, like PWG or, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. We're trying to bring a few of our own bits of flavour coming in from Arizona and up from the NorCal scene. Yeah, we're trying to make it a little bit different. So yeah, we're going to work on the women's wrestling. So watch this space, as they say.
Yeah, hopefully in the future you do end up doing something for the women. I mean, I saw Sage Shen tweeted a couple of weeks ago saying it's because now AWS is on hiatus right now. They want to see like some kind of promotion, do something for women's wrestling here in SoCal. And lately it's been kind of a bummer, but I went to UIPW this way, and I get to see women wrestling here, and it was a great thing. So hopefully down.
You also got to see Esther Rios' ass. Dude.
Oh, yeah! You gotta bring that up. No, it's ultimate SA Reels. Remember that?
I saw that picture.
Wasn't that picture disturbing?
That was someone put it's Esther Rios' ass or something.
You know what made it was one of those pictures where it was just so disturbing. You just had to look at it more than once to make
you saw a picture.
Am I seeing the right thing?
I was sitting right there where it was at, and I'm like, dude. So my daughter's like on her tablet. She's not even giving a fuck about the fucking match, and I'm just looking. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like, fucking get some bigger.
See, it wouldn't have disturbed me because I've seen Butcher's ass a couple times, and there's nothing worse than seeing the Butcher's ass.
Who's that? Oh, Abdullah.
No, the Butcher.
Oh.
Well, he's banned from the show.
We're gonna see his ass now.
No, he's banned from the show. I'm sorry, he's banned from the show.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
He can't make an appearance. But I've seen his ass, and that's pretty bad. So that's
I thought you were talking about Abdullah's. I was like, whoa.
Alright.
Where did you see that?
I'm not on Facebook.
Can I ask about a rumor I heard about PCW?
Go on, man.
I heard you're bringing in titles soon.
Yeah,
we're gonna
they're
bring
actually
titles.
being pressed, and they're going to leather right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you've got heavyweight, junior heavyweight,
Junior
tag
heavyweight.
team. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Tag team.
but we haven't worked out like tournaments or how we're going to do it. I guess we got Cobb against Kratos. If Kratos wins against Cobb, and he's 3-0, so he would probably be a lock to be in a title match anyway. He wouldn't need a tournament because he's on a tear, 3-0.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
So
But Cobb,
seeing as Brian Cage had to go to do the AAA.
that was
thing.
unfortunate, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's AAA.
Yeah.
He'll be back in August though.
Yeah.
Your loss is his game.
Yeah.
Why is that? 'Cause
I
you're
get to
going
see
down
Cobb.
there.
I get
He
to
loves
see Cobb.
Cobb.
You're a big
Yeah,
Cobb.
See, there goes that
That's the
bonus.
re- that's
Would
the
you
re-
please put it away?
That's the reason I went to PWG. That's the only reason.
Is that right?
Yeah, just to go see Cobb.
I heard he tore it up against Chris Hero.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
And then Hero got mad because I kept saying Cobb.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he came up to me. I thought he was gonna, but nah.
I actually got your back. Remember that? I was like, if he touches it, I'm gonna sock him too.
Yeah, so he got up to me. He's like, shook my hand. I was like, that's right.
But it was a good. How long was the match?
A good 25 to 30.
Really?
Oh, but it was a good match.
It was a good match.
I mean, yeah, he just manhandled him.
Did he?
Yeah,
Just threw him around.
Yeah, but it was a good match. Everybody liked it, which I thought was cool because I know a lot of them aren't very knowledgeable about Cobb. Lots of Lucha Underground stuff.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of guys were like, "Oh my god, this guy's awesome."
What are you talking
didn't
about?
know who he was.
He hasn't debuted yet for Lucha Underground.
Yeah, whatever. But anyways, yeah. So a lot of guys were impressed by him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I mean, I used to watch all his stuff on YouTube. So
We heard the
when I
chant.
finally saw him live, and
And there's a chant there. Please come back. If you,
He is solid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like got that. He's got that the only person I've seen with a neck like that was this New Zealand rugby player that I met in Hermosa Beach a few years back. Oh, actually, I got a neighbour who's Chinese Samoan as well. He's like, but I mean, and he's the nicest guy going.
Oh yeah. So
we do
nice
like the
of
PCW podcast, and he came on for the 10 minutes. And he's just so nice. But then you see the man, and you see what he does in the ring, and it's like.
Yeah, to man.
I guess when you're that much of a beast, you can afford to be nice. You know? You
Yeah.
don't have to be angry or mad at people.
Yeah, just the way he picks up everybody like
Yeah.
kids.
I'm expecting big things from this main event. You know, if you're going to have to replace Cage,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I
Cobb's
guess
probably the only man that can fit the bill. We had a couple of people.
And they just had
We had two other names, which I won't divulge, but they're very different wrestlers. But it would have been interesting. But I'm really happy that we've got Cobb. You know, he was the outstanding candidate.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, get ready Saturday. Cobb.
Have you had him on the podcast?
Not yet. We haven't been able to work out the.
Yeah.
Oh, because
The
he's
date.
based up in.
Every time he's here, he either is at Lucha Underground waiting for his debut,
Hey, I
Uh-huh.
think me and Ed got a
Or-
plan for something.
or he's booked for
Saturday.
your show on Saturday.
Cobb, Saturday.
Yeah.
So he has something always going on. But I'd rather. I know he's done a lot of the other podcasts, but he calls in. But we'd rather have him here in person. So
Yeah,
he's
'cause-
offered to do it, but we just rather have him here in person.
Yeah, because he's definitely got more of that presence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus,
yeah,
it's fun
yeah.
to just talk to.
Maybe hear him on the
we
phone,
should do
you
like
would
a
never imagine
special.
he's-
Yeah.
Maybe we should do like a special Saturday night show, and we could do that.
We could do it. That could be arranged.
See?
Then I have to be
Ideas.
sober.
Part of the contract for the podcast.
I'm behaving myself. If I'd have known, I would have brought some micheladas.
We've had those
I'm
parties
mad.
here, haven't we?
I'm mad for the micheladas now, you know.
We've had some parties here.
Boy, I'd never tasted that, and when I first tasted it, I was like, ooh, what's this all about? And then after a while, I started getting into it, and now I'm like, it got to the point where if I was having one of those weekend mornings, you know, when you could have a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, do you get a michelada?
Straight to it. If I've got a hangover,
Yeah.
well, I've knocked the booze off for a month. So
Do you like cold beer or warm beer?
I don't like warm beer. I don't like cold weather, and that's why I live in California. And warm weather is where it works for me.
There's I won't mention names because out of respect for him, but there's a European, and man, he can down those beers and liquor.
I can do a few. No.
Is it a European thing? I mean, can they all Europeans like drink?
It's a blessing and it's a curse. It's a blessing because I can like my family's Irish,
Okay.
so I can
Oh,
drink and I'm still standing, and you wouldn't know if I'm really super shit housed or
Right.
if I'm like just a few sheets to the wind. I can really hold on to it really good. But the other problem with that is if I go out
Right.
with my mates to the bars or anything like that, which is very rare now, it costs a lot of money and it's just not worth it. It's not financially viable. It's just no point there's no point in me drinking a beer. I'll just piss all night long. So I'll drink like cocktails, and if I drink a cocktail at a bar, because they've all been watching John Taffer and Bar Rescue, they've all caught up with this bullshit now where they get these thimbles and they're worked out. And when I first came to America, it was like this. And a bit of a tip, the
Now
leg
it's
would be
like-
like that, and a little bit of orange juice in the screwdriver. And I was like, I love America. And then now they've caught up with all this John Taffer. I hate you, John Taffer.
You know what?
Yeah, but that show's awesome.
No,
Like,
Yeah, it's
binge-
great.
I
But
binge
they've all
watch it.
caught
Yeah, they
on
walk
to it.
around with
So
it.
if you're a real drinking man, you're screwed.
Yeah, I remember last
but
time I
it's
got a whiskey
traumatizing.
sour, and it was like this small, and then I had this much alcohol. I'm like,
Come on.
But it's
And you're
funny
paying $8
because
for it.
Bar Rescue. Actually, I went to the Bastards. Have you gone to Bastards in Downey?
oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm sitting there in the bar, and the first thing I'm doing is looking, doing the John Taffer.
Yeah.
What is not right in this
Yes.
place? Oh, this chair's wobbly, and if John Taffer was here, they'd be booted.
Yeah, where's the butt funnels? Where's that waitress? Nice that her boobies not showing a little bit more.
That show is pretty good. I got kind of bored of it now, but
No, I
it's pretty
still
good.
watch it.
You
So,
do?
but yeah, no, it's true. It's
Some of these
drinking.
assholes, their kitchens, dude. I'm like, fuck.
I
would've
after watching
fucked
that,
them up. I don't eat bar food.
eat bar
Yeah,
food
okay.
anymore if I can help it.
Unless he's been there.
Unless it's like something that's
Yeah.
no meat or anything in it.
Yeah.
Maybe a quesadilla, you can't screw that.
because I hear a lot of people mostly get sick from bar food.
Yeah.
I can imagine that as well. My bar's at home now, anyway. That's it. Yeah, I'm lucky because I live down in the moat. I live a couple of blocks on the beach, so I can just chill now. I'm 40. I don't need to be hitting the bars. I can have the bar at home and get the grill going on.
That's the best. That's the best.
Yeah.
The old
there.
Japanese
Most of
wrestling
it's
on in the
Nigeria, too.
background. That's how I
Now
like it
David
now.
doesn't drink.
No,
Oh, you don't? Well,
No.
neither do I right now.
I live
It's
the.
sad.
Yeah, I'm taking
terrible.
a break too right
I
now.
live the
I
When
sea.
did you
lost weight,
quit?
man.
Yeah, I saw you dropping a few pounds.
Yeah, I did.
I've only drank once.
Well, I quit 11 days ago, and I've put on 6
That's right. I
pounds.
did see it on your
Yeah,
Facebook profile. That
well,
you.
when I announced that I was 13 hours sober.
Yeah.
It was a good one, that, wasn't
I was like, hey.
I quit drinking at 11 that night, and I made an announcement on Facebook that said, I'd just like to thank everyone through my sobriety. It's been 13 hours since I've had a cocktail.
I took it all
I was done at
serious
noon.
until he got to the hours. I'm like, what the fuck?
So basically, 11 o'clock at night to noon that day. I think I got up at
Ah.
11 that day as well.
I was like, damn, this guy.
Well, it's huge because like I said, my missus Japanese, so she doesn't drink a lot,
Right.
and she hates it when I have a few cocktails. And for me to stay in Hermosa, she wanted to move. Like she wanted to get a bit of a bigger place. You know, if you live by the beach, you get these smaller places. And she said, if we stay, you've got to quit drinking Monday through till Thursday. We don't
Right.
have to. I suggested it. She said you quit drinking altogether, but I said no, maybe do Monday to Thursday. But I said I'll take a month off. Because my alcoholic friend could do it, I can do it. So I did that, and it's been a terrible experience. It's horrible. I don't know how did you get into that
I did
position?
4 days.
I have only. We were talking a couple days ago. I've only had one drink, and that was a Bud Light,
Yeah.
and it was. I think
Is
it was
that a
half a.
drink?
I think it was half a bottle,
Oh.
and I don't remember how I got home. That's the only time
Really?
I've ever drank.
How long have you not been drinking then?
I've never drank.
That was his first.
Oh, you never had?
And that was my first drink.
Really?
Like-
Punk right here.
Yeah. Never drank. Never smoked.
Well, you know, I
Never
never
done any drugs.
drank in England because it was too expensive. But
Yeah.
when I was a teenager in England, I was a big pothead.
Right.
I was like dreadlocks, multicolored hair. I used to DJ, going to raves, and I was like, I was head in the clouds and
Right.
living in La La Land.
Yeah.
Not here, obviously, but over there. You know, it was just crazy. And then when I come over here, it was like, well, I ain't smoking any weed here. I don't know what I do. And then suddenly, I got a taste for the liquor when I was here. I never really drank in England. The next thing you know, I'm down, and then you got the pause.
Yeah.
But before John
Jack and
Johnson-
Coke that was like glowing orange with a little bit of coke in it.
Oh,
And I was like, woo. and then I'm down the bars all the time. Hey, my first job when I moved to Hermosa, I was working on the door at the lighthouse at the bar. So, and then I ended up DJing at the bar, and it was just crazy. And then I had to get away from the bars totally. But yeah, I couldn't imagine not having a drink.
Oh.
Not even a michelada.
No, I had.
What's your
Underground.
heritage?
That's the funny part, because Melissa Santos, actually, when we had her here for the first time, no, for a signing, she goes, She goes, oh, I'm Nicaraguan, and I said, oh, I am too, and she's like,
okay.
I can't believe you're Nicaraguan because Nicaraguan men are known for being
So drinking?
alcoholics.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, so you like drinking cognac? And I'm like, no, I don't drink. And she's like, oh, then you must not be Nicaraguan. Like, oh, I'm serious.
But that's what I like to say about, well, this is more the Mexicans, but the Irish and the Mexicans, they've got a lot of, there's a lot of linear, you know, connections there. Both the soccer teams playing green. They got tequila. The Irish have got whiskey. Catholic families, loads of kids. My grandmother was a cleaning lady. They went over to England to do all the shit work, that, you know, like working on the buses and cleaning lady. And my granddad was like a carpenter, you know, just like the hard labour jobs and stuff like that. So I always look at the Mexicans like, kind of, you know, similar. I can kind of connect here. I can fit in. I'm all right.
Maybe you're Irish, too.
I was down in MacArthur Park when I first got here.
Oh, shit.
And I won't tell you. I can't go into that story too much.
You might have met some Mala Salvatrucha over there.
Let's just say La Migra, MacArthur Park. Kind of. You got. Sometimes you know where I'm going, don't you? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do when you're in another country. And boy, that was an eye opener.
Hey, if you go down to HP, it's the opposite.
Outside the station, green card.
Oh, it is right here on Pacific.
Is that?
You need
Actually,
a
right here.
diploma?
This
You-
whole street,
And they saw me. They see this white bloke. Oh, policia.
Yeah.
Oh, oh. And I could have got killed there. I got taken into this like. I don't know what I probably shouldn't have. I started, so I'll finish. I got led into this. I don't know if it was a pharmacy, and at the back they had like the little photo thing. I could have been taken in there, shot in, and I just walked in there, and it was all kosher. I took a little picture, and I sat in this. It was like a movie. Sat in this Chinese restaurant, you know, and then the fella come in with a brown envelope. And I'm like, all right. fucking hell. I got out there and I had my
You are honorary Mexican.
Oh yeah, exactly. So that's why I miss you well.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's true.
I've never told that story publicly.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hey,
Just between us and a few of our friends here, you know, everyone out there.
So speaking of Mexicans, you're gonna have some luchadors, right?
yeah,
those
we've established a relationship with AAA. So you do like AAA? Or
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just.
Yeah, so we're kind of we've already. Well, I wouldn't say we've got a relationship with Lucha Underground, but they were kind of gracious working with us with our shows. So yeah, I mean, there's no really getting around it. If you're in Southern California, you know, you've got to cater to your core clients. You know,
But having, let's say,
you want a little bit of something for everybody, don't you?
right.
Yeah.
But if you go now, let's say you do book a couple more, because I liked what you said earlier, which was you kind of want to make yourself a little different from everybody else that's going around. If you book a little more luchadors and everything, you feel like maybe you'll be back. Maybe you're not as different anymore. You'll be kind of more seen like, oh, it's just another SoCal show.
Well, not really, because I think the guys that we're looking to get are not the guys that aren't doing the usual
Okay.
rounds, you know. So again, can't really go into it
Yeah.
too much, but there's definitely relationships there, you know.
All right, cool.
But we're trying to develop like Japan, Puerto Rico, and Mexico.
And also, he said earlier he's planning to bring a junior heavyweight championship. So why not bring some
Yeah.
luchadors in?
But then you've also got good talent like Ryan
Here.
Taylor, Scorpio Sky, Douglas James. You know, going to take a look at Danny.
Limelight.
Oh yeah, bring him on.
Yeah, we're going to have a little look at him Saturday.
Now, let me,
Look at the butcher.
you can bring in, but no, that's like a super
So yeah,
heavyweight.
Reno Scum, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've never seen him.
Oh, dude, I love them.
I bet everyone raves
I've
about
got-
dude.
I went to Ring of Honor weekend and I was gonna leave on Saturday, but then David Buster, he's all like, "Are you gonna be here?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm leaving Saturday." He goes, "Oh, we're gonna do the taping." So I was like, "All right." So I bought a ticket for Saturday, and
a good thing.
yeah, they're really good. Man.
I can tell you what, I got to give hats off because, I mean, do you know who our booker is, don't you?
Who?
Do we go into? Can we divulge
Yeah.
into that? Well, yeah. So she's doing our booking. He's done an incredible job. See, that's the good thing about our company. Like, I'm more of a bit of a talking head. Mike's a good businessman. He does a lot of marketing. Hence why we're so aggressive with, you know, with our online presence,
Right.
Facebook and all that. We took a few jabs and people, they're buying their Facebook. Said, no, we spend a lot of money pushing it
Yeah.
and when you push it, the people click like,
Right.
and then we're kind of hovering
Yeah,
around at
I seen
25,000.
like before your first show, you had like what 40,000 likes on Facebook.
No, it's like 25,680.
That's still a lot. That's still a lot
It's on my head. I don't know why I remember that.
Yeah, that was
Because
still-
I was just like,
You're more than
main
I
event
am.
was, and I went, ooh, you know.
Yeah,
So
that was a lot of likes even before your first show.
yeah, but
like,
what we did, we
whoa.
spent quite a lot of money like
Yeah.
pushing it, like really. It's but we also what we did with the Facebook page while we were finding the venue, we just used content of, you know, it was just more like a wrestling page, so we'd use like links of Japanese wrestling or stuff that we liked.
Yeah.
We just put it out there, fans loved that, and then when we got the first date, we stopped doing that and we just used it, brought it in all about just PCW.
Yeah, because that's how I first saw you guys at first. Cause I saw a friend of mine, Deshaun 2 Cents. He put like PCW. Like, let me check this PCW thing, and I read like trying to do a show in the area where I live. I live in Hawthorne,
Right.
so I'm like, oh crap, a promotion near where I live, good.
We had a
I think it's
nightmare trying to get a building.
freeway.
We had a nightmare trying to get it. It took 6 months.
Yeah, it looks like it took you guys a while.
Yeah, we were looking in Hermosa, and then they wanted like we were looking at 2 venues in Hermosa, and they were like wanting to treat us like a TV like production company. Want to charge us $700 just to put an application in, and then they want to charge you like $2,000 for like filming and stuff. I'm like, what? And then we were trying to keep it close to the airport.
You think you guys are like championship from Hollywood or something?
Well, they're out in. Someone told me they're out in Port. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, I can't pronounce that.
Yeah, I don't even
Yeah,
know.
but
where
they're
Oxnard or
they're
something.
far. They're really far though. Yeah, around Oxnard.
Port Wainimi.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't
Say-
know how.
Or
That,
Wainimi.
Oh, there you go.
how does that equate to being Hollywood?
Well, it's a TV show, so
TV
it
show.
doesn't really matter.
I guess the TV shows from Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
You know what? It took you a while to get that venue, but I think Unity Pro ran a
Yeah,
show
that's-
there, right?
that's-
Well, Vendetta
Yeah.
Pro used it first.
Vendetta
I remember
Pro?
I went there.
Yeah.
But Unity Pro ran it, I think, before you guys
Yeah.
did, like maybe a couple months before you did,
Yeah, we went to the show.
and they didn't draw so well, right?
I counted 70.
Okay.
It's about 70.
So when you saw 70, and I guess for them it was not.
Yeah, I was
A
sat there
winner.
going, oh no.
What made you guys think?
I basically said to Mike, I kept telling him, I said, listen, we might get 130 people. I said, just brace yourself. I think we're going to get 130. It's going to take time. It's going to take 6 shows. Goal is hopefully to get 500 people, and we just have to stay the course and build it, and they will come. And but we've got. That's when we realised. Well, we kind of knew anyway, but when we were initially starting the company and budgeting out and how it was going to work, and before we actually bought Chic in, we initially were going to just do it small, like one of these, like a Unity Pro, maybe, just use a lot of the local guys, and then we realised, well, we're going to have to really ramp it up because it's just not going to be. It's not all about making money, but you want to put a product out there that's worth noting. If you get lost in the shuffle with 5 other local companies, and you're all using the same guys, and that's when everything ramped up. Yeah. And that's when we had to bring the professionals in. So it's like, okay, well, if we're going to bring in main event wrestlers and national talent, then there's no way I can sit there and say, oh, hey, MVP, I want you to. This is, I've had 1 match in my life and trained for a couple of weeks, but I'm going to tell you how it's going to be, and we're going to book this match, and this is how. It's just not going to work. You've got to bring in professionals. When we brought in the Almighty Sheik, to be a locker room leader, and then with the production, same deal. We've got production guys that know their stuff. This show, fortunately, I'm going to be dealing with chairs, tables, and the crap. Right. But at least I'm going to be able to watch the show and watch people do their jobs and stuff. So.
Davey, you should have been to the first show with the fireball scene.
Oh yeah, it was carnage, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was. It's not. I'm not a huge
Wasn't
fan
that
of that
everywhere?
kind of
Wasn't
wrestling.
Like on Bleacher Report, I remember seeing.
Was it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Was it?
Over online. Yeah.
Damn, why didn't no one tell me that?
Hey man, thanks for Norm. He's the one that told us.
Oh wow.
Norm is our guy.
Yeah, Norm is our guy.
On
my
Bleacher
guy.
Report.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Norm. Send
Well,
me
you
the
know what?
links.
The funny thing is that
Yeah, say that.
I think
Damn.
MVP went to Lucha Underground the following day because their show was
Oh, yeah, he did
Saturday
go
and
the
Sunday. And I ran into him in the back and I said, hey, how was the show? And he spoke so highly of the company. He says, oh, they're great. It was a great show.
Oh, well, our
Watch for
company.
them. Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
And I was
that's
like,
good.
wow,
Cheers. Thank
you don't hear very many
Yeah.
big names talk so highly of a.
Well, I'd like to think we
a
look
local
after like if you go in the locker room, we have 3 trainers, 2 massage tables. There's food, loads to drink, not alcoholic,
Right.
obviously. Ice, medical stuff.
Damn, putting all the bookers to
monitor, everything you need. It's like Kenny King goes. He goes, damn, this is better than TNA. I said it. Kenny King said it. So that's off me. But I mean, and also what we do is we have like from the sponsors and stuff. We have like a gift bag for all the wrestlers, T-shirts and all the stuff, and the referees and the main people, even the commentators and stuff, So we're trying to treat them like athletes, and we're trying to treat the people that come. I don't like calling wrestling fans. I like calling them supporters because they're supporting the company.
Right.
They're not fans, and they're customers.
Right.
They're people that need to be treated with respect. So that's what we're just trying to do. Same with the wrestlers.
Damn, I am
Not treating them like meat.
Yeah.
No, I mean when you go to the venue, it just looks so nice to
Yeah, it is nice.
compared to others that I've.
The only problem is the lighting. I think it's that we're
That's
bummed
so
out.
bright.
But there's the lighting, alcohol sales, and I'm a bit worried about in the summer, especially August, the heat. Because if there's a lot of people,
They
in
can
there.
sit through Lucha Underground in that heat.
Is it hot in there?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
PWG was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's as hot from what I heard from people have told me.
Maybe
It's
it was
not as
worse.
hot.
But see,
PWG
like-
is worse than Lucha.
But look,
It is, isn't it? Because it was, and I also had a contact high waiting in line. So by the time I got in there, I was like,
yeah, because if it's that
Stunning.
hot,
So
you're
much
gonna
time
have
for people.
to Febreze the shot to set.
Yeah. Oh man. Don't diss the guy. Come on, man.
What's true?
He's gonna take a shot at us now.
hey, where's Hot Tub? Where is he based?
Spellflower.
Not that far actually. Bellflower's
Bellflower, yeah.
Off the 105.
I do it, but I've got this real thing about hot tubs. They really freak me out. There's just I won't even go to the one in
What
my
if you
gym.
say he'll bring 2 hot chicks?
What, in hot tubs? It's hot tub. I don't know. I'm really weird about hot tubs.
Hey.
It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like having a bath with somebody,
I cannot.
I don't
get,
even like
Hey.
bathtubs.
He brought Gina Michaels in his hot tub.
I
You can't
cannot.
get lost
But see, my problem with hot tubs are, I cannot get in there with like 3 or 4 guys. It's like very awkward.
Why?
weird,
You don't
isn't it?
like human soup or what?
It's
Yeah.
weird to sit in. Hey
that.
guys.
Bonding.
I had a buddy that got this like this is what put me off about 10 years ago. He bought a hot tub He lived in Manhattan Beach, and then he was getting in there, and I don't know. One day I saw him. I'm like, what is wrong with your back? He had all these like red teeth. I don't know. I got it from a hot tub. I was like, so every time I see a hot tub, I'm like. I just think of all the. Oh, I don't know.
I'll tell you what. If hot tub can get Thunder Rosa in there, I will go in the hot tub too.
Don't do it, Mel.
Hey, you want to talk about women?
Yeah.
We got some good lookers who are going to be at the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got some models there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm there.
We got a debuting announcer as well. She's from NXT. She got released from NXT.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that should
Mikey
be
giving
cool.
us exclusives.
And then we got music as well this time.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard
that's
about
why I
that. I heard
asked.
Do you know Haskell? Have you heard? He's awesome. Cole Cabana just played one of his tracks on the Teddy Hart podcast he just did. But this guy, he's from Redondo Beach, and all his hip hop is sort of based. He calls it nerd rap or something, but it's basically all Star Wars and wrestling. A lot of it. He's a huge wrestling fan, so it's a lot of it's based around wrestling. And he just did a track for the Almighty Sheik, and it's not been released obviously, but I just heard it and it's really good. He's in. This stuff's great. It's all on YouTube. Nathan Haskell.
Really?
Oh yeah, I know.
He's great.
Yeah,
So he's doing
yeah.
the interval.
He's Alexa's.
She's a Playboy model. Or
Yeah.
something.
Well, no, she was ex-porn star.
Oh, is that what it is?
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Alexa's a model.
Yeah, because when she
they
had
talk
this,
about
Nathan
someone
is-
sent me a picture. She's got a great big billboard
Yeah.
where she's
happy
performing
with
somewhere,
Lex
and she's
Sexton.
got like a
She's like, I'm
giant
there.
billboard.
Yeah, no, Nathan is really cool. He sent me this track for it was like a wrestling one. It was really dope. Like it was really dope. Yeah.
So anyway, he's doing some PCW stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's on board, man.
That's awesome.
So he's going to be doing I can't wait because he's coming over to mine tomorrow, Friday.
Oh yeah. Nice.
We might do a little live Facebook thing. I might actually I'm tempted to break my curfew on boozing. Because I'm like, if he's going to be over and he's going
Where's
to
the
be like
after party at? Where's the after party?
dropping some rhymes. Listen to me like Mr. Limey hip hop dude dropping some rhymes.
Where's the after party at?
You know.
I live down the
After party, the after party, what? After PCW,
Yeah.
it'll be with me in the building cleaning up the chairs. So if you, I'll buy a 6-pack of beer and put them in ice. So if you want to join me,
I think
feel free.
I think our former co-host, the Butcher, might be available for that.
Let them clean the place.
Come and get us
You
a
can
hand.
book him to
I
help
can
you
get
clean
him a
up.
butcher's schmuck.
Yeah.
Fucking very-
You know, we made a huge gaffe. The first show, we didn't have anyone. It was just me and Mike. And then we realised, oh my God, we've got to break this whole place down. Just me and him.
Yeah.
And Mike's, I've got a business where it's labour intensive, so I'm pretty good with a bit of hard work and a bit of labour. But he was definitely not in that mode. And then we were there until like 2. My ass was so chafed.
Right.
Literally, I was sweating, dripping sweat like a pig, and I was like sandpaper down my ass. I was walking like I had a broomstick up my ass for about 2 days afterwards. It was the worst thing ever. Like after the first show. This time we got 8 guys helping us out to break it down pretty quick. I know it's probably more information than you wanted. But this is a lot of people don't understand. When they go to these shows, they probably think, oh, these people promote, oh, it's great. They're probably stuffing money in their pockets. Maybe the PWG guys are, but we ain't. And the only thing I came out of the first show was a chafed ass, and I dropped about 8 pounds in weight. And I got home at 5 o'clock in the morning, and my sleep pattern was screwed for about a week. And it ramped up my drinking problem a bit more. So.
Some more weight.
You can help out. Hey, it's not like you live far too.
Yeah.
No, we
You
live
can stay there till 3.
We're neighbors. We're neighbors. now.
We're this time we're good because
I know.
we got Jesse and Anders has helped us out a lot.
Oh, Nikki's helping out there,
Oh, okay.
and Wolfie is too.
That's my
I think so.
my woman.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you, how do you guys decide who to book and who not to book? So, for example, Danny Limelight. What made you guys decide to say, oh, let's give him a shot?
No, he reached out to us.
Okay.
We don't have to reach out to anybody. There's some. Well, here's the bottom line. Sheik's coming with he's the matchmaker.
Okay.
He's the booker. So when we had a meeting, it was a year ago, May the 23rd. So Sheik hit us up because he moved from Florida down. His wife works in the airline business, but he moved to California. And he was like, I'm local, I'm interested in wrestling. And I was like, oh, I know Sheik. I was actually quite high on Sheik.
I used to watch him in NWA.
Yeah, so I actually reached out to him because a lot of the other wrestlers we were getting, So. But I was always found him quite an interesting character, especially after the NWA World Title deal. So I reached out, and then we had a chat, and he comes from he's got Kevin Sullivan's here. That's his mentor, and I'm a huge Kevin Sullivan fan. I mean,
we're a Satanist as well.
Yeah. But I listen to his podcast on MLW, and I love listening to Kevin Sullivan. But as soon as Sheik started talking about his booking philosophy, and I said, Mike, we've got to go down to Huntington Beach, which is where I thought you guys were at first. You could have been getting a phone call. I would have been like, oh, sorry, guys, I'm in Huntington Beach. Where's Huntington Park?
Well, surprisingly, that happened to Drew McIntyre.
Is that right?
He was like, he tweeted it once. He's like,
he went
come
down
meet
there.
me no, well, he didn't go down there, but he tweeted, come meet me at Huntington Beach. And I'm like, oh,
well, Sheik was going to join us, and I said, oh, yeah, it's just around the corner from you. And then I put it in the GPS, and I said, oh, hang on a minute. And then I'm like, sorry, buddy.
Sorry, next time.
I'll do the heavy lifting. And then, but yeah, no, anyway, so we had a meeting, and boy, everything he said was great. I said, can you implement this? He says, let's do it. Bang. So we don't mess with his formula. Let him get on with it. He's got it. He's done a great job. He's got a vision. He's done an outstanding job. And so yeah, that's where the booking comes down to it. But you know, that we're all on the same page. We communicate daily, you know, between all of us. But yeah, when it comes to the book, that's all machine now. Yeah.
So does somebody, like, for example, does he send you a video and say, hey, or YouTube and say, hey, check out my YouTube,
yeah,
and see who I am?
There's some people that are very professional.
Because I know Eli Everfly does a resume.
Yeah.
He submits like an actual resume.
We did a lot of going to Santino's and going to some local shows to check people out as well. But then, just on that note, we get a lot of absolute clowns sending messages. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. It's just shocking. We got one the other day.
I'm like, it's SoCal. I go to
no, but some of these people are not
shocked.
even. No, some of these people are like from Florida, like
really,
or up in Oregon and stuff like that. But somebody, what they write is just shocking. Like they, you know, so the spelling, rude. Don't send you any links. Or tell you to go search me on YouTube. I don't even know who you are. Some of them look like they're half, you know. I don't want to use the word like retarded. That would be unfair.
Yeah, retarded. There's a lot of retarded wrestlers. They are. They're like, I'm not gonna buy your shirt.
But, you know, but it's just, you know, it's. Oh yeah, sorry. But it's actually retardation's actually a book in the dictionary.
It's not called retard anymore.
It's not
mentally handicapped.
Yeah, but the word Anyway, so we're going down a bad road on that one. Anyway, some of the messages were just brutal. You know, it's just not going to get. You're not going to look at these.
Yeah, what I liked was I saw a lot of the NorCal guys like Classic Connection.
They're great, aren't they?
Yeah, so I was really happy when I saw that. That's why I told them, like, dude, I want to go to the show, but we had Lucha, so we booked it as fast as possible, and we got there when T.J. Perkins was wrestling.
So you come down at half time because that's when like the.
No, the first time we saw the last two matches. The second time I told them I'm leaving Lucha.
Really?
The show. Yeah, so I left Lucha just to make the show.
Oh wow!
I was hammered.
Oh, that's gracious of you.
But
I remember seeing you.
Yeah.
That was cool. I was jealous because I would love to be. It's hard. I can't really check out. I'm looking forward to this show because the last two I can't really check out what's going on in the ring or enjoy it because I'm running around.
Yeah,
I spent about 20 minutes dealing with women's restroom issues with toilet paper and trying. I mean, it was just brutal. It's the little things like that. You're like, oh my god.
Oh, I think I did to you a lot in the restroom.
I'm like, what? I'm like trying to get, and I can't get. I'm trying to get a staff member from the building to replace women's. If women haven't got toilet paper, it's like the end of the world, you know. and then you know, I can't go in there.
I mean, I don't know what's up with women. They don't know how to use the restroom because like men go in, get out. Women are like.
The other thing I noticed about women is that when they get toilet paper, they have to get about 4 miles of it.
It's like having the butcher back.
Oh,
dude, we just lost our women listeners.
Oh man.
The two
women listeners. No, go ahead. We're just kidding with you.
Wait.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
2?
Yeah.
2 women.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying. It's just you know. I mean, it's hard to keep on top of the women's restroom when you're a man.
It's funny because my wife works at a restaurant, and before at another restaurant, Hometown Buffet. She would laugh because there was shit sometimes on the wall. Like she's don't people know how to shit in the toilet?
And it's a women's restroom.
And it's a women's restroom.
Right. That's like hot tubs and public restrooms. I got a real problem with that stuff. You know?
A long time ago, I used to work as a custodian gotta unify. And the girls' restrooms were the worst.
They were terrible, yeah.
Terrible. Yeah.
They're always the worst. I don't understand why.
Actually, to be fair to the PCW supporters, our restrooms are treated very well. So thank you very much. Keep it up. Keep those habits up.
So now
Remember to wash your hands and put it in the trash, please. Thank you. And flush the chain and don't piss on the seat. And lift the seat up if you're going to take a piss and you're not taking a number 2. Please.
Alright, back to PCW. There's a match that's
Knowledge.
I'm interested to see Sheik against Douglas James.
Yeah, man.
How did that work out? You said Sheik is in charge of booking.
Yeah.
So how's that?
Well, if we go into the realms of kayfabe,
Okay.
then
We'll do both.
yeah, we kind of mixed match it. No, but Douglas, he wanted an opportunity as well.
Yeah.
So he had a great match against Ryan Taylor. It just kind of worked out great. If you look at the story, Sheik's just come off beating MVP in the main event. You've got a young whippersnapper like Douglas James, the darling of the indie scene, the SoCal Uncensored Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I
was ever got the award.
Yeah, congratulations to him, and he's rising up. And what
Hey.
better to stick him in with a mad, psychotic lunatic in the
Like a
Sheik
Sheik,
to
yeah.
give him a test. But this would be, I don't know if he's had a bigger match in his career. But
Probably as big.
we had him on our podcast. We do our little weekly podcast. Just a
Yeah, I
short
listen to
thing.
it.
Oh, thank you very much. And then I appreciate that. You're one of our 5 listeners.
Yeah, 5.
But hey, you got one more than we do.
Maybe I need to start talking
See, but
about
that's
toilets
good
more.
stuff. You know, you're doing that. You keep
Yeah,
doing the show.
and it's a kayfabe podcast, so we kind of keep it in the realms, keep that, suspend that
Yeah.
belief kind of thing. So anyway, we had him on, and he's going places, and it just kind of ticks all the right boxes, I think.
Yeah, because he's
It'll
gonna
be
wrestle.
interesting because he's got that white meat baby face, fired up against the evil Sheik. It ticks all those 80s boxes. I love it.
I've been trying to push him to turn heel.
Who, James?
Yeah.
I think he was in FCW.
Well, we went to Arizona,
okay.
and
Oh, you gotta. Yeah,
unfortunately he wrestled. He did a fantastic job. The guy he wrestled, on the other hand, was probably one of the guys that messaged you. One guy that I personally.
Where was that? In Arizona?
In Glendale, right?
Yeah.
Glendale,
Oh,
Arizona.
by the way, I think the Cubs play at that park.
Ah, yeah.
That's my brother. I saw him this
So
weekend.
they put on a pretty good wrestling show, but the guy he wrestled in was just not. He was, I think,
Not
maybe a
up
little
to
too
standard.
green. Yeah, not up to stand for Douglas James. I seen Douglas James wrestle. I mean, he freaking puts
But
on
he's only
great
been, he's
matches.
not been going along himself, has
No,
he?
but
he has that MMA.
But he has
Yeah.
that.
So, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just the way I saw it, he was doing everything possible. It was like more he was giving, the other guy wasn't. He was just taking. So
But he trains at Santino all
Yeah.
the time, and he still
Yeah.
does it.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of friends with wrestling schools. I've got a buddy, Danny Cage, out in Philadelphia, the Monster Factory.
yeah,
And the best wrestlers that they have still go to training. Like, even though they're kind of established, they still go back and train,
Yeah.
on their Tuesdays or Thursdays.
I think that's what
whatever
that
it
guy, his opponent, was lacking a little
is. Right.
training.
So
because-
some people think they do their 6 months.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they're out, and that's
professional
it, and they're off into the world, and you can wrestle, once a week if you're lucky, maybe once a month for some people,
Yeah.
and then, you do that for 2 years, and you've got 24 matches under your belt.
Exactly. Well, I think
No.
that's what happened over there because the guy he wrestled just wasn't up to his standards from
God,
what I saw.
when I trained in London, because I trained with, I got the shit kicked out of me. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is like comes out. The guy that I trained with was
Right.
Sabu's protege.
Oh shit.
I'm like, I was down at this boxing gym and I was getting smashed around the ring, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'll do something behind the scenes. That's how that one went, And then now I see people going to these schools, and I'm thinking, damn,
Yeah.
some of them are horrible.
No, I've heard some. pretty
But then you get
scary
people
stories.
like
Recently.
Douglas James. You get people, Joey Chaos's, Santino brothers. I went down there when Luke Hawks, who's a buddy of mine, was
Yeah.
doing a seminar,
Right.
and I was watching them train and that, and I just think it's great when you got good schools like that. But then, is there any other? I know that Gus
PCW.
Parsons and B-Boy opened.
Oh yeah, they opened.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battle U. They just
Who else has
opened
got a school?
it. Jesse Hernandez.
Oh, of course, and
Yeah,
Jesse.
yeah.
Jesse was the guy who trained the guy that
Yeah.
beat the crap out of me in England.
UEW got something too, no?
UEW
Yeah,
has a
UEW. Yeah,
school.
but yeah.
Yeah. No, they're. I think Ray Rosas and Steve Payne do some classes.
Yeah, we always Steve Payne does a lot of the women.
RVD was just there too.
Yeah.
What, a couple weeks ago?
What, UEW?
Yeah.
Katie Forbes from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Luke Hawks is.
Yeah.
When you're talking about women's wrestling, so let me tell you something. I've been banging that drum to the committee for quite some time.
That's something everybody should
Katie
know.
Forbes.
You know what?
He's not. We were just talking. We were just talking about her, and he's all like,
I'll stick to Melissa
Well,
Santos.
she's
"Oh
gonna,
God."
hey, she's gonna be here next weekend. So
Who, Melissa Santos or
no,
Katie
no,
Forbes?
Katie.
He's coming here.
Yeah.
Oh, UIPW.
next weekend.
UIPW.
Next weekend.
Ah.
Yeah, she's been here. For
Yeah, I know she was doing. She was training at UEW place as well, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
footage.
Yeah, with Steve Payne.
And then what was she wrestling there as well?
She's wrestling for UIPW on the 11th.
Next weekend.
Ah.
Same
Yeah,
as-
well, I went out in the summer. I went out to see Luke in New Orleans, down on Bourbon
Wildcat.
Street. Man, that place is weird, New Orleans. But I want to get out and see one of his shows. Do you know Wildcat? Have you seen that?
Everybody, yeah.
No, I was gonna go. I think.
They're picking. They got some
It's
great
a
crowds
May.
there.
And then I was like, I saw the ticket. I was like, 400 something round trip. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck that for
Yeah.
a show. I don't think so. Not right now.
It's like 300 and something.
Uh,
But
Yeah. So no, for me it was gonna be like 400. That's the cheapest I found because it was late.
oh really?
So I'm like,
Yeah,
next time I'll just plan it.
I need
earlier.
to get out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I'm going to Oakland next week for Hood Slam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What's that like?
I've never been. So
Oh, you never?
Yeah.
I've heard.
And everybody,
really good
yeah, all the
things.
Yeah.
NorCal guys are like, dude, like you're like getting drunk, you're like having a good time. Fucking come to Hood Slam.
Yeah.
That's what I heard,
And they got some real characters on the
Yeah,
show.
so I'm gonna go get wasted and all.
Oh well, I can't wait to hear all about it.
I'm pretty sure
I
we'll
think I
hear.
saw a video there that
It's
RVD wrestled there one time.
Did he?
There's a live band actually played his Pantera Walk.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they did it. Over there in Hood Slam. That's
Maybe RVD will be there.
Maybe it will.
Hey, man, you
No,
know,
because
you'll see
Katie
RVD at
Katie Forbes
UIPW.
is gonna be here on the 11th.
So you'll see RVD there at
No.
UIPW.
I'm gonna be in Oakland.
Oh,
He's going to
I'll
be at
probably be
UIPW.
He'll be at UIPW.
Really?
RVD.
They must have some
They're-
deep pockets.
There, well, he won't wrestle, but he'll be
Oh,
there.
Okay.
I guarantee you he'll be there.
I'm surprised they haven't shown PCW. He lives like down
I'll
the
be
street from
there.
Yeah,
People
Everyone
lives
asks all
there.
the time. We actually reached out. Dan Masters is a good buddy of him.
Yeah,
I used to
I don't
look after Sabu and Rob Van Dam
Yeah,
when they came
Ar-
to England.
RVD lives
I was
on
like
TV.
Sabu's, I wouldn't say babysitter,
I will.
gopher. When, so when,
Yeah.
so when, he,
Gopher.
when he come to England, I was the one that I'd meet him at the airport or meet him in the hotel room,
Oh, shit.
and then you need his accoutrement, his goodies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His
His
stuff he
medication
needs.
is medication.
There's requirements.
Medication.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hit the. That's how I moved to LA because I came to visit Sabu and he was in XPW,
Uh-huh.
and I did the thing in San Bernardino. I ended up. That's how I came here. I never left.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, like
that's
that.
how I ended up in MacArthur Pub. And I wanted to stay. You know?
Hey,
It's
real
funny,
quick,
these things, yeah.
you know, all your guys' opinion on this whole Vader and
Will Ospreay and
Will
I just
Ospreay
heard
and
about that
Ricochet.
today. I just listened to the Jim Cornette. I listen to every podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not a podcast man.
you gotta listen to Cornette though. He's the best.
I stopped listening to him for a bit because of that Alice Radley. She just and I actually knew her, and I'm not going to disparage her, but I wouldn't say no. I spoke to her on the phone a few times, but man, boy, she is some piece of work. And then so I couldn't listen to her on that podcast with Jim Cornette. Now
Right.
that she's hit the dirt, hit the bricks. I listen to it now again, and it's great. Even though I don't agree with his politics, but I
Right.
love listening to him when he's talking about old school. I love hearing him go off. But then when he goes off, he was going off today, wasn't he? About that Will Ospreay and Ricochet match. He was really taking a pop. He normally does with the Young Bucks, but he said something about Vader. So Vader called it something along. It was just a gymnastics match.
Yeah, basically that's what it was. It was like not a real wrestling match.
I haven't seen it. Everyone was going on about it, but
Yeah, I mean it's a very acrobatic match, but yeah.
they were going on about. You could hear them calling the spots.
But isn't that pretty much what cruiserweights used to do in WCW?
I think with Cornette though, it's the whole beef is that they're taking away the realism. It's catering to a set of fans where fans will walk out the building, as he said today. Cornette was saying that they're more worried about the booking and the move sets, whereas back in the day it would be like who's the heel, who's the baby face, and I want to see that heel get. It's a different mindset today, and I think that's where Cornette's kind of stuck in the past, and he really wants to. I wouldn't say stuck in the past because I would prefer if it was like it was back in the day. I was livid when they kind of said it was real.
Yeah.
You know, like when Vince McMahon exposed it for what it is, and I was like, oh man,
How I see like comments
killing me.
How I see comments like
Right.
about Vader and Cornette. Like Cornette, I agree with him. He's probably stuck in the past. He still thinks we're living in the 80s.
Yeah, well, he goes off on Ryan and the Young Bucks, like, boy, Joey Ryan gets it on his podcast every week. I'm like, damn, Dick
Yeah.
Man, he calls him or something.
And maybe another thing, Vader, maybe he just want to say something to get his, just be part of the spotlight, get his name.
It's cooler because Ospreay on the next
Yeah.
match, he did the Vader bomb.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so he got him. I mean,
Wow, he's killing it.
yeah, I mean, it's like,
But I agree with what, like William Regal. I know he came out in defense of the match and says that wrestling's just evolving. And
Yeah, it's fun.
It's like anything, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, I remember at one point everybody cared about hardcore matches. Now it just things change.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan. I used to be back in the day of ECW, but I can't.
Yeah.
yeah, but they got way too fucking.
Yeah, but
retarded.
like, you know, when you see like, I'm not being rude, but when I just watched the
You can
clip,
be.
okay, I watched the clip of a company where, you know, they got two dudes, you know, and they're not exactly look like they've been in the gym much, and they're setting up a spot with a table with a bunch of light bulbs. I mean, that stuff was going on in CZW like 10 years ago, and I'm like, you know, it takes them like 4 minutes to set it up, and then they pull the move off, and it's like, okay, wow, that's great.
Yeah, where do you go from there?
Okay, well, what's going on? You know,
Yeah.
I don't get it. You know.
I used to like ECW because it was more structured, like the match for their spots. But then now everybody tries to do this one violent spot. But you're
Ultra violence.
Yeah.
Like when I was running 3PW back in Philly, we were in the same building, you know, the ECW arena with CZW. I used to hate their stuff. I used to hate it. Like the ultra violent matches, with light bulbs and tacks, and it was just like,
You're not a
to the
big fan.
extreme, beyond the extreme. It was just, and to me, it was low class. And it's also, it doesn't look
It's like
very
welfare
real.
of wrestling.
well,
It doesn't appeal to people outside. I mean, like, so the PCW shows, I bring down, there's a lot of friends of mine that come down, they don't watch wrestling, they think, oh, wrestling? That's,
Yeah.
you know, wrestling, you know, you still watch that crap? That's like I normally
I get told that every day here.
So, but when they come down, so a bunch of them at the NFL, they came down and they saw, you know, what we had at PCW, and they're seeing Timothy Thatcher and Graves,
Yeah.
and, you know, they're like, damn, this is good. You know, Cobb, when he was fighting Kratos, you know, seeing these big dudes like collide, they don't need to go through tables and, you know, they don't need to be smacked on the head of a chair or a light
Cob's
bulb
like a wall anyway.
or shoving a corn cob up their ass or whatever else that goes on. I don't know, you know. What
There
I mean?
goes Roy's weeknights.
There's someone's got a gimmick there for a match, the corn cob up the ass match.
That's Roy's
Yeah.
weekdays right there.
Oh, is that it?
Weeknights. The corn cob up there.
Aw.
You butter it?
But you know what? I like.
He likes it buttered. before it's-
Shit. I walked into that one. It's like, well, you know what? Like that, like WWE did the Extreme Rules.
That was
No, but I'm saying with Jericho's spot.
Was that just recently?
Yeah, where you were just waiting for it. You know, when they busted out the
big
thumbtacks and they
one,
kept
But the
teasing it and
freaking match-
teasing
but
it
the
and
freaking
teasing
match was so boring.
No, but I'm saying when you do something like that, though.
And I
and
was sober for it too. Dude.
but I think when you do a spot like that, when you're actually doing something, and then all of a sudden you tease it and tease it and tease it and tease it, and you're like, oh, this is WWE. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. All of a sudden, look at how he popped. When, as soon as Jericho hit the damn thumbtacks, he
Because
freaking
finally-
almost hit his
Because
head.
finally they did something. The whole freaking match was just them
But
bullshit.
what I'm saying is, so like if you go to like a PC, and all of a sudden they're wrestling, and all of a sudden you see like somebody just go through a table, it'll be like, oh shit.
Well, that's like so.
That's the point of
MVP and Sheik,
Sheik.
they went through the table,
Yeah.
and that was it. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
And you get a bit all like the Fireball. You get a bit of an impact
Yeah.
of it. You know, it's
But
I like it when it's built up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
to
a
that.
build
when
match.
it's going on all the time. You know,
Yeah.
you know, constant like, you know.
If you do each match and it's like, okay, now I'm gonna. I just don't like when wrestling looks.
Hey, just let me put you guys on the spot because you know we were talking about the Reno Scum. They're fighting the Lost Luchas.
Mhm.
And I've never seen them before either. I've just
I
seen
didn't.
them.
Oh yeah,
We
I'm
just
big.
saw 'em, last
Yeah, I'm
weekend.
big. Yeah, I'm
We
big
filmed
fan of both of them.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I've
I
heard a
guess
lot of
those
good
luchas,
stuff.
I'm gonna go for Reno Scum because
I go for Los Luchas.
Yeah.
Reno Scum, sorry.
Now Reno Scum is like they're legit.
Those luchas
Especially
are big.
Adam.
Los Luchas are big fans.
Adam
of the
and
story.
Cobb, they have like this series
I
of
agree with you,
matches.
they are.
It's fucking awesome.
You know,
I love
Lost
it, yeah.
Luchas, they teach a lot. They do a lot of
Yeah,
training at
Santino's,
Santino's.
yeah.
They're Douglas James works in them a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested. I'm really looking forward to seeing them. Why can't they, if they did PWG and stuff, and I know they do Lucha Vavoom, didn't they, with a different
Yeah, they're
different
the
characters,
Crazy Chickens.
Yeah. Have they never had a shot at, you know,
I think they had a tryout with WWE.
they did.
You know what
They
did?
did wrestle in WWE one match without their mask.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
Oh, did they?
That's right.
Well, they
Dark
did
Knight for-
Global Force Wrestling in Vegas.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
did Reno Scum, didn't they?
Oh yeah, Rena's gonna do that
Yeah.
too. And Ring
Yeah,
of
but
Honor.
Global Force Wrestling, they did the thing in Vegas, and it's a big show. And then next thing, now they're doing all these like indie shows against Global Force versus, you know, whoever the company is that they're hanging out with.
They can't
at
get
the
a
time.
TV deal.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, isn't it?
Like,
I
Jeff
think
Jarrett keeps saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have the deal soon."
I think they've lost. I think
Yeah,
they've
they-
lost the momentum.
I don't
now,
think
haven't they?
there's. I think wrestling is right now in its down peak, downtime.
Well, I don't think TNA are doing wrestling.
TNA's not doing that
Did you see the
well.
Matt Hardy? promo?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The only-
It was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
The only thing that you got out of that is the fact that they've made a load of money. Because they've got a warehouse with a ring in it that's bigger than. I mean, that warehouse on their property, it looks like a car lot, doesn't it?
You could run-
it looks like an auction.
You
for
can run
car.
a show in that
Yeah,
damn place.
And the other thing that freaked me out about that, apart from the fact that Matt Hardy, I mean, I don't know what's going on with that
you
dodgy
see
English
that?
accent.
No.
The worst promo, worst.
It's
No, it's like
unbelievable.
the worst edit of all time.
And then they have like this coffee table that they obviously was out in the yard for a while that they didn't want, and it's like a round or dining room table, and it's just there next. There's nothing in this warehouse apart from the ring, but then there's like this round crappy coffee table that you see like out on the street,
Yeah.
and it's just there, and they decide to put it. I'm like, what is going on? Hey, who in there? Did they put that on TV?
yes,
They
that
put it on
was,
TV. That wasn't just an internet deal.
You need to look it up on YouTube.
you gotta see it.
You have to see it. It is the worst.
It is. It's like the hokiest kind of like I'd expect that from some really low.
like some local ass show that got
Yeah.
like syndicated.
I don't know how Matt Hardy can even defend that.
I don't know. I didn't understand. It just blows me away. You'd think that like two guys, or certainly Jeff, who's really creative with his music and whatnot,
You would
you
think
know,
they
you
would be
think
more
that-
creative with that. 'Cause
or not just not do it at all. I would have been like, no, we'll just not do that.
I'm thinking Triple H or Vince is. Well, Vince doesn't watch anything, but
They
I'm
must have
pretty
been
sure Triple
cracking
H
up.
must have been like.
Yeah, you know what? It's a
I
shame because
don't-
you think that they might go back to the WWE one day. I
I-
think if they
yeah,
look
yeah,
now,
with
they'll
that,
be
That's one of
like,
the leads right now.
nah.
That's one of the leads right now. I don't understand why they just might as well sign a legend deal, get in the Hall of Fame, and I'm pretty sure they'll make money doing other things as well.
They're TNA. I mean, when we was doing the 3BW, we actually developed a relationship. I used to talk to Bob Ryder, who used to do it, and we brought AJ Styles in, Christopher Daniels, brought in Abyss, America's Most Wanted. We bring them in, so we had a good relationship. And I thought TNA like 10 years ago was actually pretty
Yeah.
decent,
Yeah.
and I thought they were going to get somewhere. And now under the Dixie Carter.
regime.
Yeah, and she keeps coming out on TV. I mean, I record it. I can barely watch it. It's
It's
on
like-
fast forward quite a lot. But then when I see her come out to, they play her terrible music, and then she comes out and so if you know, like, you won't see that in PCW.
Yeah.
You will not see Mikey Freedom coming out in a tuxedo going, "Hey, I stipulate we do that." All that guy. It's like, no, who on earth wants to see that
Yeah.
crap anymore? It's hard enough in WWE, but Dixie Carter coming out and doing
Yeah,
it.
she can't act to
I
save
think
her life.
TNA One process something that WWE can't do. You don't have to pay for music license. If you look at the inches. Spark. Sorry, I said Spark.
Grado,
No, not Grado. Short guy.
Spud.
Spud. Yeah, he comes out to Smashing Pumpkins, which because
Okay.
Corbin works with them.
Yeah, the only reason they're on that show is because of their UK deal.
Yeah.
Because
and-
those guys wouldn't get booked
Yeah.
for
Then
shit.
you also
Nope,
got
nope.
you got also got
Grado,
Kane coming-
Grado. Do you think
Yeah.
Do you think anyone in America looks at Grado and says, "Wow, that's a real talented guy"?
I look at him,
And
I'm like, what the hell? Who is this?
why?
guy?
Why is he on TV?
Yeah.
At least with Spud, he's really good with his character. But he's still, to me, doesn't fit the bill for an American wrestling company. Of all the wrestlers in Britain, you've got Grado and Spud. I'm just like, okay, fair enough.
I thought-
That's impressive.
When I see Grado, I remember him he was campaigning on Twitter to borrow one of Madonna's.
Oh, Madonna, because when he wrestles in Scotland
Yeah.
for ICW, he comes out to I don't know, but
I
I can hear it in my head. Yeah, that's it. That's it, like a prayer. And then so what they've done is they've done this.
That song.
I know it, damn it. I ain't ashamed to admit it.
Whoa.
I'm gonna play it on the iPod driving back, go down through the hood here, play it. With the
Roy,
windows
remember to
open.
download that song when we go driving.
Like, hey, look at the crazy white man playing Madonna. But they did, when they sort of rehashed the music and they've done like this really awful version of it. And the only reason it works for that song works for him is because in Scotland they all sing it, and then when he comes out in the TNA's really lackluster audience and they play that terrible music, and it just drives me nuts.
It's so funny because I was thinking like, yeah, Madonna's gonna say, yeah, go ahead, sign off on it for this company. When you saw it for the first time, I ever saw she signed off a song for WWE. What, 2-3 years ago?
Did she?
Yeah, she signed off for one of the Divas matches to use her song.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah.
TNA's got that stink, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like if you go there, you come out of it. It's, you know, after MVP, I think he got out at just the right time. Because like even someone like Lashley, who is a physical specimen, and he's doing his Bellator thing, you'd think you couldn't go wrong with a guy like that. He can work, he can't talk, but I mean, he looks impressive. He should be like a Brock Lesnar for them. He is their Brock Lesnar, and he, you know, you watch him and there's just nothing. He's just another guy.
Well, they got Drew Galloway, and
he's incredible talent.
You should build around that right now.
Champ.
Yeah,
but
you should build around it.
Still, even with him in TNA, it's just TNA. You put him back in the WWE, I bet he'd be a superstar. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they snapped him up again.
They probably want him already.
Sean Ricker, you know, who I was surprised that WWE let go. I think he's an incredible talent.
Yeah.
I've always been really high on him after when I saw him in Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
He can talk. He looks good.
Yes.
He can work. He can really talk. I hate his name. They call him Eli Drake. I'm like, what is that?
That's horrible.
I mean,
We gotta like his button though.
It's TNA. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that.
I heard
but
Sean fucked up on something in that release.
in the WWE.
Yeah, he fucked up. I think he tried to do something to have a faster way to get to the main roster, and I guess someone in WWE got pissed off about that and released it. That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I
think
heard.
they missed the boat a little bit on here.
They have TNA has a good roster. They just have
Trevor Lee.
I think the reason is that Matt and Jeff won't sign. First of all, I think that the only reason Jeff Hardy is still in TNA and not in WWE is because he's doing it as a favor to his brother. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive Jeff probably wants. You know, he knows I could be making a shitload of money already.
Well, the only thing they got as well is they get a good deal out of TNA, but also that their work schedule's super light, isn't it? So,
but I'm pretty sure if WWE wants them so
money.
bad, they'll probably say, "Hey, we'll give you a lighter schedule, just come back, and then go in the Hall of Fame."
Do you want to see the Hardy Boys?
Yeah, why would I want?
I don't want to see them together. I think Jeff Hardy.
Jeff
I think Jeff Hardy could have one or two, at least one more good run.
For what?
I don't
There's a lot of
think you'd
matches
have
we
to.
could put him on.
Well, he is a big fan favorite.
He is. I mean, that's money.
Yeah.
Hey, when we started at the Swap
I'd
Meet,
rather see Nikki Bella.
but when we started at the Swap Meet, Jeff Hardy sells merch. He was the only one that I knew that was close enough to
It
beat
would
Cena.
surprise Jeff Hardy. Man, look, it would surprise me. Do signing from here. You have a big
Oh, yeah.
line like Mysterio. It would surprise.
I like both the Hardys as people. I don't know them personally, but I've never quite got Jeff Hardy's character. I just don't get it. Maybe that's just me.
No,
The face paint, the goofy. Like,
I think he just did the.
goofy
I think the whole.
pants and the
I
music.
think he did the whole face paint and
the weird
whole
fans
hair.
they have.
Well, the Willow thing was just weird, but I'm saying I think
The
he
Willow
did that
thing
whole.
was hilarious.
Well,
that was just ridiculous.
that was when he was trying to be a heel,
That
right?
was TNA at its
Well,
finest.
that was like a little indie thing. He's an indie character he did. The Willow.
He did it in Omega, didn't he? Back
Yeah,
in the day?
Omega. Yeah.
I'm telling you, WWE
And
must
I
watch
think he
it.
was trying to sell a few umbrellas because they got the
Yeah.
umbrellas with Willow.
Like,
Maybe they're trying to sell them in England.
Vince is probably
Hall of
like
Fame,
watching
that's all I
that.
gotta
Triple
say.
H and Vince are probably watching that like just
Laughing.
Come
WWE
back.
Hall of Fame.
Do you think one day they might buy TNA's?
Oh, I'm
Or
pretty
the
sure.
backlog
2 more years and
footage.
nobody
Yeah,
library.
because they had a good library back in the day.
Because I don't know what.
Well, they'll use it for videos.
Is their pop deal? They've lost their replay. Not that I don't know why it's a bother because everyone DVRs wrestling now. Anyway, I can't even watch Raw live; it's brutal. But I don't know. Is their pop deal? They're paying to be on that channel, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not being paid.
Mm-mm.
They're
So
not getting
that
paid
deal-
more like Spike TV or anything.
And they're
like that.
getting about 200,000 or high 200,000. So they've lost 1 million viewers in the course
I
of a
think
year.
it's. I say give it a year and a half, and it's gone. And
It's amazing that
To
they've
be
gone
honest with
this
you, I
long,
hope
isn't
it
it?
You know-
doesn't. I hope it doesn't. End.
No.
because-
Why?
Well, there's one point where
Yeah.
think about it. There's one point I had.
Let Ring of Honor take
over.
over.
Now, Ring of Honor, here's another question. I just noticed they went off Destination America, and I was scrolling through DirecTV. I got DirecTV, and I pay, because I've got to get the soccer channel, so I had to get HBO. I got all these obscure channels now. Costs an arm and a leg, really.
Right,
$140 whatever it is, if you want all that.
Hey, sort of
But
that
I actually just I put in the searching. I put Ring of Honor because I'd never really watched it until it came on Destination America, and I found it on a channel
think it's
Comet.
AXS, right? Axis?
It's Comet.
No,
Oh,
no,
Comet.
it's not. No, yeah, it's Comet. Is it? We got that on DirecTV or
Yeah, I think it is Comet.
But it's also on
There's like an
on
hour block.
on the actual digital channels.
It's one of like the channel 6031 or something, and I just saw it. I just recorded. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I don't even know if it is really like some old Ring of Honor or if it's the current.
No, it has to be
Up
the
to
current.
speed.
I think what the problem is like with Ring of Honor and TNA, and while they'll never be up there for WWE, it's just that the production value is so bad
Yeah.
for both shows.
Yeah.
You're
Well, it's
just
got
used to
better. Ring of
that
Honor got
WWE.
better.
Ring of Honor, yeah. I watch Ring of Honor over TNA.
TNA's like watching it in a mailbox on that
Yeah.
channel. It's got
Yeah.
that big black thing around it. It's like you're peering through a mailbox to watch
See,
it.
the good thing with Lucha Underground is they have the financing behind them. But if they didn't have that financing behind them for production, they'd be in trouble too.
And I tell you what, production-wise, that was our big issue with because we've done the 2 shows, and boy, I tell you what, I didn't realise how difficult it was going to be. Like we had 5 HD cameras, and our last show was not fit to put it out. Like we could chop it up and stuff. So we've had to bring somebody in now who's got a great deal of experience in wrestling.
Yeah, speaking about that, is there any way in the future, maybe, like if you're going to give out any DVDs out or something for people who cannot make it to the show?
Yeah, well, that was the
out?
plan.
Okay.
That's why we got a whole production set up. We got like a Gorilla Go position and everything. We had 5 HD cameras. We're going to go back to 3. We had a real problem with the hard cam last time. We got a real problem. We got those because you were there. You saw we had the cameras and everything.
Yeah.
We had live commentary.
Yeah, commentary.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do the next 2 shows, and after the August show, we're going to put some stuff out because we're going to carve up the first 2 shows. And then take the 3rd show and the August show, and then we're going to start pushing.
Have you guys ever thought about doing the live stream?
Yeah, well, we got the ability to do that from the get-go, and actually, we were going to do that. I'm glad we didn't, because I got in a big brouhaha with a guy from SoCal Uncensored who was taking a big steamy dump on IWL, and I said, "Ooh."
Andy?
Well, actually, I get on great with him. I just did his podcast with him.
Oh.
He's cool as hell. We didn't get off on the right foot, and yeah, Andrew Bassine.
Yeah. Andrew's a man.
Yeah,
You get
Andrew's
along.
cool. Andrew, how are you, brother? So we squashed any beef that we had, and then we had a chat. I actually really like the guy. He shoots in the hip.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
That's how we get along.
Yeah. So and actually, and we at first, anyway.
But I think he's gay because he was straight staring at S.A. Realtor's ass on.
Whoa.
There goes our gay listeners.
He's right there.
No, it's great. We had a good chat.
There goes my son, the only listener.
He's got great ideas as well.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He's
He's a lot of good
smart guy.
ideas.
He's
I'm
smart
looking
guy.
forward to meeting him. He can't come to the next show. He's going to come to the August show. But no, so we had a good chat. But anyway, we were going to do the live stream, and then when I realised that people weren't impressed with the IWL's live stream, I was like, oh, well, hang on a minute. And Sheik said, I don't think we're ready. And I'm a bit more gung-ho. We'll do it. It'll be fun. And then when I got into a bit of a brouhaha of Andrew, I was like, wow, I'm not doing that if you're going to be shitting all over our products. So we ended up pulling the plug on it, and it was the best thing that happened. So thank you, Andrew. And Sheik was correct. So we got the ability to do it. But yeah, we need to fine-tune. We've got new camera operators coming in.
Okay.
We got a whole new, we got the same production company. We've got a director. We've got camera operators who know wrestling. Because we had, the company had their own camera operators, and there was this one chick who was just brutal. I mean, it was. I was pulling our hair out. It was crazy. We were watching the monitor, and she's got like resting the camera on the rope, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" You know.
You got.
And she's like 5 foot tall, and Sheik's back there. I thought he was going to come out and blow a firebomb in her face, and it was not good at all. And so anyway, we're arresting these problems that we're having, and we're hoping that this show we'll have it all tweaked and sorted out.
There's something in this card. There's a match going on this weekend that maybe very rare will ever happen anywhere, but you got Teddy Hart against Willie Mack.
Yeah, man, that's going to be
That's
good.
going to be a good one.
Yeah, I wanted to get him on our podcast, but he's hard to get hold of.
Can you convince Teddy Hart to bring Mr. Money?
He left me hanging.
I was told.
Teddy Hart.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Miss.
He left
I
Roy
was,
hanging.
Oh yeah. So we're off to a good start there.
He was nice to us, right?
He was nice.
What? Is he going to do a signing or
He
something?
was supposed to do a podcast.
Oh.
He no-showed.
Where does he live?
He was in town, I know that, and then
Is
before he left
because he's doing a lot of work now in Southern California.
I don't know if he's local or not, but I know he was supposed to do the show before he left or
Is he
something.
based in Mexico?
He might be based in Mexico.
So maybe he's coming up from like Tijuana or something.
because he was supposed to do it, and the next thing you know, he didn't show up. And we even set up.
Maybe he went to
special
Huntington Beach.
He might have.
Yeah, with the Mr. Money.
Huntington, man, come on.
Shoot, I might
Yeah,
have to move
I
over
was
there.
told
Alright.
the cat will be there.
Yeah. Oh no, the cat's
shit.
always there.
Oh, the
The
cat.
cat's always there, yeah.
You always have to bring pussy.
He had that. He had that.
He's got more
he had
pussy
that
than I
cat.
do.
What was that show? That show you went to with Eserios?
Dude,
Yeah, you ain't
Eserios
gonna be
ass.
married.
He was at that show.
Yeah, he brought it out.
Exactly.
I was looking at it, and I was just like, "Oh, he brought the cat out."
He had the cat in the ring, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Sitting
brought
on the
it
turnbuckle or something.
That's a good cat too, because
I was like, man, how's that? That cat. Again,
Cats are lazy.
He on his Colt Cabana podcast with Teddy Hart, he said he brings the cat everywhere. I don't know if we're even allowed cats in the building, but I guess what are you going to do?
it's steady hard. It's steady hard.
I might. Was this cat just going to chill out and sit there? Is it going to just walk around?
It does move.
It does, yeah, but no, but it chills though. Like it's like trained.
Do I have to bring a cat bed for it? Do I need to bring a litter tray? Do I need to bring catnip?
Hey,
Do I need to bring cat food? Has he got all of that? See, there's these things that you just
Yeah.
don't. You know, these absolute
It's steady hard, man. So,
curveballs, man.
Real quick. We got a couple minutes, but anybody that hasn't been part of the show that you are aiming to get there on the card?
What, me
in the future?
personally?
Mm-hmm.
I've got my favourites.
You want
But-
to name any of them? Or is it top secret?
I wouldn't say it's top secret. I just want to get.
Anybody excited?
Yeah, and I also wouldn't want to put anyone on the spot or
positive.
Is there anybody
Jinx.
local maybe that you haven't had that you would
Yeah.
like to see in the ring?
yes, Tito Escondido.
Oh,
I'd like to bring the whole hate
Bad
Yeah.
group in.
I like Che Cabrera.
Oh hell yeah!
Might as well bring the hate.
Might as well bring.
I'm thinking of local guys now.
You can bring my, you can bring
the
my
other
best
guys.
friend Mariachi Loco in.
I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah.
And then I was
Mariachi, see, I gave you a shout out. Don't fire me as your manager.
and Mikey as well. Mikey Sharnagle
Yeah.
likes him a lot as well.
How about Butcher? Our former co-host.
Bring him on.
I don't think you'd
Bring
want,
him on out.
I don't think you'd want him on one of your shows. Trust me.
No,
No. Trust me. I've seen him.
have to come and meet the sheep.
So what's the card looking like?
I'm not afraid of
That'd
him.
be a good
Yeah.
meeting.
What's the card looking like? The final card.
What
For-
for this Saturday?
Yeah, for Saturday.
Cobb, Kratos.
Main event, right?
Yeah. Sky against Taylor. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
They've got a huge history. They
Yeah,
go
it's got
back
history, yes,
like
they do.
nearly a decade.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people are going to be shocked about that match. I'm really looking forward to that because these guys know each other so well.
they
And
had
they've got like an
awesome
emotional link.
AWS match. It was just-
Was that the one? Was that when that fella passed away? The teacher,
Cincinnati Red.
Cincinnati Red.
Yeah.
So,
oh, it's
so
such
he
an
used to book them because I again had Ryan Taylor on our podcast last week, and he was quite emotional about that. And he said that was a match. He said he never drinks before a show or even after. He barely drinks anyway. You see his
Yeah, look
abs.
at that.
Yeah, but he said before that show he had a shot. You know, before he was quite emotional. Even when he was talking about it, it was quite emotional. And the other thing with Ryan is I think he's really at this point now. He's about to turn 30 or has turned 30, and he wants his chance now. And he's pissed. He's pissed. He went to the WWE and he was there on his tryouts with Bailey, and they signed Bailey. And they figured that he said that he thought he was going to get signed, but they thought he was, and they just said, no, it's not happening. And then he come back to the scene, and that's where he changes his kind of character, got a bit darker. But I think he wants his shot now.
Yeah, because I remember he was all thin and everything, and then boom, I don't know where he just.
Yeah, he jacked up.
Cheap plug. Bailey's gonna hug you.
Bailey,
Oh, there you go. So he was pissed. I think he's got a point to prove. And then
Yeah.
I'm loving the fact that Sky's on the back on the top of his game. He's come back from MMA. He's a class act. He's great to work with, very professional. And that's one thing I love about all our locker room is every wrestler is a class above, very professional. You know, they're all there on time. So yeah, Taylor, Sky, Los Luchas Arena Scum.
You gotta
forward to
watch that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Who else have we got there now? Top of my head. Whew.
Everything.
No, there's a few other good matches there as well. Teddy
We got
Hart,
Teddy
Willie
Hart,
Mack.
Mack.
Yeah, Willie Mack. He's a pleasure to work with.
Douglas
Never met
James
Teddy.
Yeah.
Douglas James and Sheik. So, and then we're going to take a little look at Danny Rivera in private. He's going to have a little workout, and we know he's good enough. And then, but
Maybe I should wear a
Sheik wants
shirt
to
on
have a little
Saturday
look
now.
at him.
Well, real quick, what's going to be the match? What do you think is going to be the match of the night?
maybe because the experience, I'll say Scorpius Guy and Ryan Taylor.
All right.
Looking forward to that.
Damn, it's such a stacked card. No, because there's Willie and Teddy Hart too. Damn. Well, I mean, I saw Cobb Kratos. That was a good match, but I think Ryan Taylor.
Ryan Taylor. All right. Roy, any pick? You just want to see the pussy, right? That's it. Is it gonna be shaved or hairy?
There'll be some of that there.
What do you think is gonna be the match of the night?
Everyone's saying Sky and Taylor, and to be honest with you, after the matches, we have a match of the night. They get a bonus, and Sky's. Well, Willie Mack and Kevin Martinson had it. Oh, we forgot Kevin.
Oh yeah, he's part
Martinson's
of it.
wrestling Thatcher. I knew there was one match. Martinson Thatcher. And by the way, we've got to watch. I think Thatcher's going to get signed up before the year's out, so you've got to see him while he's around. So there's another one, Thatcher and Martinson. So Willie Mack, Sky, Cobb, great.
It's just so stacked. It's a stacked card.
I'm going to go. I've got a feeling the main event's going to be something.
Main event.
Yeah, because I think they're going to step it up a gear.
He's
They
gonna
know,
get on
they
the
know each other
islands.
so well. It's hard, and I'm biased, but it's going to be a top card. I think it's going to be. I'm really looking forward. I've never felt so relaxed. I get little goosebumps thinking about it. I'm excited. Every other time, like when I was in 3BW, I was shitting my pants for every card, wondering if we're going to get everyone paid, wondering if we're going to get people in the house, wondering if something's going to go wrong here, there, everywhere. Someone's going to no show. And same in England, it was always very stressful. With PCW, it's not. It doesn't feel that way at all. I get really excited about it. I look forward to it. That few days now before the show, I get that buzz now, and I'm in that building. I'm just running on adrenaline from 11 in the morning till 2 in the morning.
We don't have to worry. I will be there.
Well,
Thank you, brother. I couldn't do it without
I
you.
have somebody that is very good at predicting. Let me see if he's available. Is my prediction guy available? I guess not.
No?
We got no pyro.
We got no pyro. I have a
lights.
guy that's very good at
Entrance
predicting
music.
stuff. Is he available?
Oh! Great ticket back here at the Great Wrestling Guy store.
There goes our
It's
Arabian
nice to
listeners.
see you, fat ass, once again.
I wish the Sheik was here.
ISIS is
Oh,
here.
Sheik was
I
here
wish
too.
the Sheik was here.
And it's always great to see you, my man.
Sober.
Roy Reeves, I salute you as always. And of course, coming from the great,
I'd take my hat off for that.
it is great to see you, Mikey Freedom.
got my
I salute you again.
there.
You know you're
Thank you,
offended.
sir.
You might be
I'm
offended.
talking right now. I can't
Salam,
hurry up
salam.
with you. Was interrupted. I was rubbing 3 pyramids upside down with 3 beautiful women. And now, here I am. You were talking smack about the butcher. Left and right, David. Explain that to me.
I love that.
I don't want to hear it anymore, David. David, what are we going to expect from you now from here down forward? We have a great event coming this weekend from PCW, and I'm talking to you.
I'm looking at you.
And now, before I must go, gentlemen, careful with my... Oh, look it. I'm a little tipsy. Guys, watch my magic carpet. Because, stand up. Rise. Careful with...
Oh, jeez.
Ed, you have been booked. Oh!
Yes.
We are going to the pub, Maggie's Pub, to celebrate PCW's event this Saturday. So you guys, without further ado, and Sheik, my apologies from this fat ass for giving you the wrong direction. We are leaving, and we go.
For everybody here, make sure you check out PCW this Saturday, June 4th. The meet and greets at 5 o'clock. Doors are open at 6. Bell times at 7. Oak Street Gym, 1780 Oak Street in Torrance, California. On Facebook, check them out, Pacific Coast Wrestling, and tickets are available at PacificCoastWrestling.com.
And they're nearly all gone, so you better be. Actually, you probably want to get them at the door now and be there early because they'll be stacked, mate.
Well, for all of us here,
And if you wanna book me for a beer, I'll be there.
well, for all of us here, you better take off on your magic carpet with the butcher. For all of us here, let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. We are out of here. Take off on your carpet.
Awesome. It's good
Take off on
time.
your carpet.